Wow, everyone, I am super surprised and that it is already our last day for you guys to be at school. You guys have one more period left. So that is super exciting, but also I know it's been bittersweet and kind of sad today. So I just want to do a quick update on what's happening this next week. If you look over here, you can see, and hopefully you received a little flyer in your English classes that had this information on it, but it's going over everything that you need to know for this next week. So first of all, Tuesday is senior checkout. You're going to want to make sure that you're here at 7:30. In between 7:30 and 8:15 is everyone whose names are A through GI and the senior beach day participants. We just want to make sure that everybody gets through checkout and can make it on the bus. And then from 8:15 to 8:45 is the next set of alphabet there, 8:45 to 9:15. And then you have optional senior beach day later that day, graduation practice on the 31st and the 1st, and the ceremony June 1st. I'm going to go over each of these in more detail, but this is just so you can make sure that you have the times on your schedule. I'm sorry, I'm still admitting people, so hang on. All right, let me move on to our next slide. Okay, senior checkout. Here we go. Senior checkout is going to be on Tuesday, May 30th. We have said this repeatedly, so I think you guys probably all have that date in your mind. It's for every single senior. Everybody, it's mandatory that you come through the process. Each person will have a sheet. They have to go to every station. So I went over the times that each group is supposed to be there at. The items that you need to bring are your charged Chromebook, your chargers, your hotspots, textbooks, athletic uniforms and equipments. Also, you want to make sure your senior survey is completed. That's in Naviance, and your FAFSA form is also completed. If you did not take care of the FAFSA, you can also complete an opt-out form, and there will be information there when you get there. If you are not sure if you have any fines, please check in with Miss Liz before you leave school today. After senior checkout, we will have the breakfast that's provided by PTSA. That will be set up right in front of the cafeteria, and you can go to the quad to enjoy that with your friends. Let's move on. Whoops. Okay, here is what senior checkout is going to look like. Got one more person here. Okay, it's happening in the cafeteria. So if you're looking at the cafeteria map here, you'll see that you're going to check in at the back door. So you want to park in the back parking lot or get dropped off in the back so you can enter through those doors close to room 57, the portable. Once you arrive, you'll receive a check-in form at station 1. And I'm going to show you what the check-in form looks like. This is the copy of the form that you're going to receive. Each person's name and ID number is printed on the top. And right here under section 1, you'll see whether or not your senior survey is completed or your FAFSA completed. If these both say yes, you're going to go ahead and move to station 2. Station 2, you're going to turn in your Chromebook. Then you'll head over to the textbook station. You need a signature on each of these lines in order to complete checkout. When you move on to the returning of the athletic equipment, Castaneda will sign off. Even if you are not an athlete, you need to go to this section. So you're going to head over there and he'll need to sign off that you do not have anything outstanding there. At the next section, number 4, are sorry, somebody is pounding on my door. There will be the fines part for number 4. If you need to pay any fines, that's where you're going to do it. If not, they'll go ahead and sign you off that you're clear, and you're going to go and turn in your form. That will be your final thing. Once you do that, you can head out to have your breakfast in the quad. Okay. We're going to move on to Senior Beach Day, which there have been a ton of questions about. Let me see here. I'm looking. It says that I am breaking up. Let me try and fix this. Hold on, you guys. Okay, I'm going to start talking again. Is that better if somebody is in? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to start talking again and see if this comes out a little bit better. Okay, going on to Senior Beach Day. So there's been a lot of questions about Senior Beach Day. If you signed up and you are going on the field trip, you need to report to the front of the school at 9:45. We will take attendance. You'll get marked off. The bus will leave at 10. When we get over to the boardwalk, you are going to follow me if you got a wristband, because we need to visit the office, the season pass office, and then we'll get everyone wristbanded and you can go off on your own. We just need to be back to the return location at 3:45. Everyone will check in and then the bus will leave at 4. A couple of things here. There's been so many questions about this, but if for some reason there's an unruly group and the police or law enforcement need to come and we need to be contacted, you will lose your privilege to participate in graduation. If you are not back on the bus when we leave, you will also lose the privilege of participating in graduation. So I hope that that is clear. Of course, if you call law enforcement because you witness a crime, you are going to be able to participate. I think most of you can understand that. All right, let's move on to the next slide. I just want to make sure you guys know where we're going to be dropped off and picked up. So over here on the far end is the river lot. That is the drop off and pickup area. So at 3:45, you will want to be back here to be picked up. We're going to be dropped off here. And if you purchased a wristband, we're going to make our way over to guest services that are in the middle. For some reason, when we get to guest services, the actual employee for Santa Cruz Boardwalk needs to wristband each person. So I just want to make sure that you guys are prepared for that. And know to wait with me and follow us there. So that way you can get wristbanded. Let's go to the next slide here. All right, graduation practice. Here we go. We're going to have 2 graduation practices. The first graduation practice is Wednesday, May 31st. Check-in is going to be at the top of the bowl at 8:45. Once you are checked in, you're going to head to the home bleachers. These practices are mandatory in order to participate in the graduation ceremony. If you are late, you will have detention, which means staying after practice to help clean up. Just a reminder, it can be hot, although now the weather's looking like it won't be too hot, but still you want to bring like water and a snack if you feel like you'll need it, a hat if you're sensitive to the sun. Also, please make sure to bring the shoes that you're going to be wearing during the ceremony so you can practice walking on the turf and up and down the ramp. So make sure you're paying close attention so that way we can also get through the practices quickly. I wanted to give you a quick run through about what practice will look like. So once everyone's seated in the bleachers, I'm going to explain what's going to happen. You're going to head down to the field where you will find your name cards that will be taped onto each chair. You're going to find your seat. Since everyone's seated alphabetically, anyone whose last name begins with an A will be closer to the stage, and with a Z or something later in the alphabet will be farther from the stage. Once you find your seat, you're going to go ahead and write your name phonetically on the back of the card if it's necessary. And then we're going to go ahead and work on standing and sitting in unison. Once we run through that, we will go through the whole graduation program, so you know what to expect, and you will also get a chance to walk across the stage. At this time, when you walk across the stage, Mr. Lopez will actually hand you your graduation tickets in place of the diploma. So you won't receive your tickets, though, if you have any outstanding fines or if you have items that need to be returned. If there's time, we'll also practice the recessional, which is the leaving the actual stadium. If you need to purchase additional tickets, the student store will be open after practice. And as long as you don't have any outstanding fines, you can go ahead and purchase them there. Okay, the next day. So now we're down to actual graduation day. Check-in again is at 8:45, but it's in the cafeteria this time. Once you're checked in, we're gonna go ahead and have you line up in the cafeteria to get ready to practice the processional, which is walking down to the bowl. We're gonna run through the entire graduation program. And this time when you cross the stage, Mr. Lopez will actually hand you your diploma. It will be in an envelope. So you wanna make sure you take that home and keep it in a safe place. Just as a reminder, during the actual graduation ceremony, you will receive the cover for your diploma. So that way, once after graduation ceremony, you can put those two items together. All right, after practice, the student store will be open a second time. So that way, if you want to purchase tickets, you have another opportunity to do so there. Okay, the Lynn Haven visit. I've talked about this, I think, in the English classes and also in the last webinar, but this is like a cute way that Del Mar has kept a tradition with Lynn Haven. And if you would like to participate, all graduating seniors are welcome to attend. After practice, please just come and find me. Let me know if you're gonna meet me over there. We're not gonna be supplying transportation. So we'll just go ahead and meet in their main office, bring your cap and gown, and we can go ahead and, sorry, I'm admitting one more person. We'll go ahead and meet up where you can put on your cap and gown, and then we'll walk around like a little parade, and you can wave to all the elementary school students. And I think it's just a really motivational thing for them to see, you know, what's going to happen for them at the end of high school. Okay, it's the final day, you guys. The final day and time, your graduation ceremony. Exciting, everyone. So the big day is finally here and you're graduating. What can you all expect? Everyone knows June 1st at 5 o'clock is the actual ceremony. At least I hope everyone knows. So your arrival time is 3:30 and we will be meeting in the cafeteria. Seniors, make sure you come with your gown in your hand and all of your stoles, cords, leis, anything you're going to be wearing, make sure you have them with you. Once you guys arrive, you cannot leave the cafeteria before the ceremony begins. And nobody besides the seniors are allowed in the cafeteria. Please do not bring anything with you, purses, backpacks, clothing, anything else, because the ceremony, once the ceremony begins, the cafeteria will be locked for the rest of the evening. Once you're seated on the field, you will also notice that there will be a bottle of water under your chair. The church has donated water and we will place those under each person's chair. So if you're thirsty, you can go ahead and drink it during the ceremony, but you're going to want to make sure you leave it behind because it'll be super awkward if you're carrying a water bottle during the recessional. For family and friends, the gates are going to open at 3:30 for them to come and get their seats. Seating and parking are based on a first come, first served basis. There's going to be parking along, hopefully Del Mar Avenue, just a few spots. And then of course in our parking lot, but parking across the street in the business lots is prohibited and cars have been towed. So you want to make sure you let everybody know to not park across the street. Try to carpool if possible or get dropped off. I think that's like a very important thing to remember. We will also be selling concessions. It will be cash only. So please remember to bring cash or let your family and friends know to bring cash. During the ceremony, there's a professional photographer who will be taking a photograph of each graduate. They're going to come one of the days during the practice, so that way we can see where they're going to be stationed and you guys will have a feeling of, okay, this is where the photographer will be. I'm going to go ahead and pose here so you guys get good pictures. I think last year there was some confusion, so we want to make sure you guys know where and when the photographer will be taking your picture. That information on ordering the photos will be on the back of the graduation tickets. So go ahead and let your families know that that's where you can order them. Parents and guests are required to stay in the audience and off the track until the recessional has been completed and all the graduates are off the field. So remember, this is where you want to make sure you set up a place where you're going to meet your family and friends, whether it be in the quad somewhere. Just make sure you have a general area, because once all the graduates walk out and leave the bowl, it can be kind of crazy. There's a lot of people. So make sure you set up a meeting spot with your family and friends. Informal photographs can be taken after the ceremony in the quad. The last thing on here is that the event will be live streamed. I have put the actual link here, but it is also on our website. So you can find that information there, and it went out in our email. Okay, just a reminder about the tickets. You guys can purchase extra tickets on both practice days. You will get 10 on the first practice day. And if you want to purchase any more, the student store will be open both days after practice. Okay, questions about your grades or graduation status, you're going to want to contact your counselor. Questions about any senior events, which I guess beach day, which I've had a lot of questions about, graduation or your cap and gown, you can contact me. If you have questions about whether or not you completed your surveys or your FAFSA, you'll contact Ms. Cajero in the not in the office, sorry, in the library. That's our college and career counselors. And any questions about yearbook, you can contact Ms. Chase. I think that's all I have. So I'm going to open it up to questions and answers. So if any teachers have questions, you can type them in the chat box now. I see one here. What if seniors have already completed everything to check out? They still have to come, because we need a form completed for each senior. So they still need to come to senior checkout. I think that's the only question I see right now. All right, I'll wait another couple minutes, but if there aren't any other questions. Oh, here's one. One is the Lynn Haven graduation walk. So that will be on the first after practice. So we're hoping to get over there by 11:30. It kind of depends on how long the practice takes, but we should be over there by 11:30. That's why it'd be best if anybody who wants to go comes and sees me, and then we can coordinate together. It is $2 each for each extra ticket. That was another question I see here. Okay, if there are no further questions, I'm going to go ahead and log out. But thank you all for joining this call and bearing with me through my very first Zoom live call.